This podcast is brought to you by the Foundation for World Harmony and by the Goosebumps Crew podcast.
Come with me to discover the transformative power of kindness and the joy it brings. Join me as we explore every Monday morning simple yet profound ways to elevate your happiness, one gesture at a time.
Wow, fantastic, baby. Dance. I'm gonna dance. Fantastic, baby.
Fantastic Monday to you all. Thanks for tuning in and taking the time to listen to Dr. Fantastic, aka Monte Cook III. This has been a very fun show to do. I'm glad I was invited to be the host because we're spreading a lot of kindness and we're making a lot of people happy. And I'm glad to see some comments coming in that you're enjoying the advice and the guidance to creating a happier world. Today, we've got a fantastic guest, our director from Zimbabwe. We're in about 34 countries in Africa, 146 around the world, and Africa really seems to get the kindness revolution. I'm very happy for that. And we're going to meet the director, as I said, of Zimbabwe. It's spreading like wildfire. We're almost at 13,000 members. First, you become a member when you hear about the kindness revolution and the 3 commitments to kindness. It's free to join at worldkindnesslist.com. Then, if you really love what we're doing, you become an ambassador of kindness by wanting to help spread the mission, the philosophy of kindness, being kind to yourself, being kind to all others, and being kind to Mother Earth. Kept it real simple. It works. It's working. And I'm glad to spread it around the world. And Meck, who's our who you'll be meeting in a minute, looks like he's going to have an audience with the Pope, and that's the top dog there in the religious sector. And it would be great if he learned about the kindness revolution. You know, I want to speak at the United Nations, and that's talking to all the nation leaders, because our kindness revolution is literally the world's best kept secret. And if everyone follows the 3 commandments, we won't have wars and violence and corporate greed and personal greed and poverty and all the horrible things that are going on the planet. And, you know, one step at a time. So I'd like to read a couple quotes that came out recently. You know, every day I put out a motivational quote, which you can find at worldkindnesslist.com. Or if your admin is doing his job, he forwards it to your group, or you can become an admin, and that's always great. So it's called The Power of One. Let me get my glasses out so I can get it right. Don't fall for that lie that one person cannot make a difference. All powerful movements begin with the actions of individuals striving for change. Your actions count. Be the change. I mean, I couldn't say it better myself. You can make a difference. It's one person at a time. If you don't think your vote counts, you're wrong. If you don't think your actions count, you're wrong. Being kind to people is fantastic. It will change your life. So, and we have lots of testimonies that the kindness revolution is working. To that quote, I put, the kindness revolution needs you. You can make a difference. You are fantastic. So that's my little quote for that one. And today's quote went out as, patience and perseverance have a magical effect before which difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish. John Quincy Adams wrote that, very famous guy. And I wrote that if you never give up, you never fail. And I shall never give up on saving our planet from the insanity of humanity. It's insane what's going on out there, and you know it. And hopefully you don't watch too much news, because it's nothing but disasters and calamities and killings and horrible things going on. But they do close the broadcast with one little kind piece of information to leave you feeling warm and fuzzy. That's not enough. We don't, if you subscribe to the Be Fantastic YouTube channel, we don't promote negativity. We don't promote business. We don't promote religion. we promote kindness, and it's working. And every day, new people from all around the world join. A lot of people want to help. That's fantastic. A lot of people just think it's a great idea to try to spread kindness. Kindness cures all. It cures all the problems in the world. And shows like this try to make you happy, because if you're as an example, we have a new program. It's called the Hospital Anti-SAD Program. And SAD stands for stress, anxiety, and depression. And if you've ever been to a hospital and been waiting for hours for a doctor, you'll know that you're bored. Unless you have a cell phone in front of you, you'll know that you had stress, anxiety, and boredom. So this anti-SAD program was launched just the other day, and there's a video on YouTube, Befantastic YouTube, about it. It's working. I mean, it's only a couple days old, but people flock to the table. They start drawing, old and young started drawing, and that relieves boredom, stress, anxiety, and depression. Now, if you are depressed, and they say 70% of people are depressed, here's a little bit of advice. It typically would mean that you're thinking about all the negative shit that happened in the past. And that's the past. It's gone. If it didn't kill you, it made you stronger. So forget about the past. And a lot of the depression is you're thinking about what negative things will happen in the future. I'm not going to get that job. I'm not going to find the girl or gal or guy. It's negative things. Negativity manifests negativity. Positivity manifests positivity. So instead of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, enjoy today, because today is all we have. Some people don't wake up tomorrow morning. We don't all last forever. As you all know, my parents died when I was 10. They didn't have a very long life. But the time you have on the planet is fantastic. Make the most of it. Be happy. It's up to you to be happy. Shows like this might put a smile on your face, and usually they do, because you're meeting some fantastic people. I think it's 44 episodes now of truly fantastic ambassadors. We only have 12,848, and one a week will only take about 500 years. So grab your coffee, relax. You're going to meet Meck, one of our fantastic ambassadors of kindness that is a director in their country. Directors are in charge of their country of inspiring admin and inspiring the ambassadors and inspiring the members. So first become a member, then you can become an ambassador, then you can become an admin if you really want to help, and then one person per country graduates to being a director. Those people are really passionate about the kindness revolution, and as most people are. But most people don't have the time, because you got unless you're retired like me, you've got to work 8 to 5 or 8 to 8 or even longer to pay the bills and provide. So without further ado, let's go meet Meck, and after Meck, there will be a cooking episode, because as you know, I love to cook. And I love to share my recipes that are fast, easy, economical, and delicious, and also nutritious at times, hopefully most of the time. And you learn a little bit on my cooking classes, but you learn a lot on my Befantastic YouTube channel. And there's about 2,300 videos there. And some are silly, because you got to laugh at yourself in life. And some are very important. And most amazing people are in our organization. And we invite you to be part of it as well. Enjoy the show. And I'll come back to you at the end and wish you a happy week. Because whatever you're doing that's making you happy, keep doing it. Well, everyone, I have a really fantastic guest this morning from Benga, Zimbabwe. He's our director in Zimbabwe. I like saying the word Zimbabwe. I hope to learn a little bit more about Zimbabwe during this interview. His name is Meck Sibanda. He's Ambassador of Kindness 8,494. He's been with us for a while. And he is a secular Franciscan. He's with the Secular Franciscan Order, the SFO, of St. Francis de Assisi. And we're going to learn about St. Francis maybe as well. Meck, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Say. Nice to be here.
Okay,
Fantastic.
I have two quick questions for you. This is, of course, the complete guide to happiness, which is our goal in life, I believe. What is your definition of happiness?
Thank you. My definition for happiness is a free mind, a free soul, and also an accommodating moment of feeling from within and also extended to the other next person. It's a joyful moment in life.
And hopefully we fill our life with lots of those moments, right?
Oh yes, oh yes. But I see that with the world of today, it's really a complex situation to find yourself happy because of many trends that are affecting human life. And at the end of the day, people are distressed, mental health challenges, hence, they are robbed of their happiness moments.
Well, that's why I've coined the situation on the planet today, the insanity of humanity. And it's not just today it's insane. Throughout the ages, man has done some horrific things to mankind. So my next question, before we get into all that bad stuff, is what did you do today that made you happy?
Today, I actually helped, especially my boy. He's doing his last grade at primary school. So I was the happiest person to also go through his homework and also perhaps help him because I know he has got an inspiration to be somewhere in his life. So I took him through the process of revising part of his homework and also helping. It actually made me happy to see him keen to learn and also keen to be corrected in his schoolwork. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, as you know, we're trying to get more schools and places of worship to create WhatsApp groups for our revolution. This is the kindness revolution, and I feel it's the world's best kept secret because, as you know, we kept it very simple. 3 commitments: be kind to yourself, be kind to all others, and be kind to Mother Earth. Those 3 commitments, Meck, solve all the problems in the world.
Yes, they do. They do. Actually, this is a very noble idea and noble movement because as we speak, I'm also part of the climate clock network where we are spearheading a number of initiatives for making awareness on climate crisis and perhaps what communities should do to save human life, vegetation life, and animal life.
Well, as you know, we have about 800 WhatsApp groups spreading kindness locally. And in each one of those groups, our description of the group is promoting peace, harmony, kindness, and sustainability.
Yes, this really speaks to what we envision the world of today. As you can see that in the world of today, there are so many wars that or conflicts that are ongoing. We can talk of the Gaza, and we can also talk of many other conflicts, be it in Africa, in the global south, or world over. I think this movement really, I recall and remember where if we really bring this subject of kindness, of being harmony to each other, we can go a long way in instilling, a culture of peace. I remember sometime we used to have steward leaders like the likes of Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther the King, and also Desmond Tutu. These are the leaders which really displayed steward leadership and servant leadership. And I always think and feel that if the world could have a couple of such leaders who would succeed or sustain the gains that have been displayed by these leaders or our forefathers, actually we could make a world a better place.
Well, I like to use the analogy of what we're doing, the kindness revolution, as a piece of cake. This piece of cake is delicious, it's nutritious, it'll make you healthier and be happier and live longer and make the world a better place. But as you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink the water. So all we can do is offer this piece of cake to everyone we know, and hopefully they'll taste it and they'll like it. Hopefully they'll love it like you and become a force in this revolution, because you as director of Zimbabwe are in charge of your country's education of the kindness revolution. So it's a piece of cake, and we hope they like it. We hope they love it, and we know it's going to improve their life, because we've got all kind of results from all the programs that we have. The Global Kindness Pledge is being recited in classrooms all around the world, and it's manifesting results. It's less than a 30-second pledge. It's got nothing to do with commercialism, politics, or religion. So we kept it real general, because everyone benefits from it, and especially the children. The children are our future. And you told me earlier that you have 119 primary schools in your area, 39 secondary, and all those schools need to have a separate group among themselves, spreading our philosophy, the 3 commitments to kindness, the Global Kindness Pledge, the Kindness Class, the Kindness Club, the Hospital SAD program. We have lots of great programs at worldkindnesslist.com that are free, that are open to the public. Everything we do is free, as you know, Meck. And that's one of the problems, is people don't respect free.
Oh, yes. Doctor, I think from this engagement and our previous engagement, yes, you spoke about the 119 schools and primary schools and secondary schools, like 37. Actually, I will be meeting the headmasters of all these secondary schools and primary schools on the 12th of September. At a heads meeting in the district where we are operating as an organization. I assure you that definitely I would ask you for a space to discuss this movement, and also to encourage them to be part of it. And what I know is amongst those schools, there are already a couple of heads and also some other teachers who already have joined the Zimbabwe or Bulawayo group. So I'll cement this once I have that opportunity on the 12th of September. And I must promise you that I will really take it upon myself, especially using my space as well in the church and also in the community, in my civil society networks, to spread this noble movement. Like I said earlier on, I wish that we could also start something small where people really can see and hear our direction. Like I had indicated, that this opportunity of participating at this weekend's youth festival, it could really add some value in terms of our visibility and our outreach, because this is an event where in the Archdiocese of Bulawayo, all youth are going to be gathered during this talent fair or talent show. So I thought if we also have our space there, and we have a table, be it 4 or 5 volunteers who can be there, man our stall, and be part of this initiative, where they can even invite some group on the day to even form some of the groups, because they are from different locations. It could be within Bulawayo City and other peri-urban areas surrounding the Archdiocese of Bulawayo.
And it's this weekend or next weekend? In 2 days or 9 days?
Yeah, it's this weekend, actually, a day after tomorrow, unfortunately. But yes,
yeah.
yes.
Well, I tell a lot of people that word of mouth is the best way to teach everyone and introduce everyone to the kindness revolution. We couldn't make it any simpler. It's 3 commitments. The first commitment is the hardest and most important, to love yourself. And when you love yourself, you love God. And without loving yourself, you can't be successful or happy in the world. So that comes first. The second commitment is one of the 10 commandments: treat others as you want to be treated, be kind to all others. And that stops the wars. And by the way, there's 54 conflicts going on, not just Gaza on the planet right now. That's horrific. Of course, we need to take accountability for our actions. And that's commitment number 3: be kind to Mother Earth. Use less water, use less electricity, recycle, repurpose, stop buying so much stuff, So we made it real simple. Word of mouth, it doesn't cost us anything. Unfortunately, the internet doesn't cost much bandwidth to circulate our quotes that we put out each day, the kindness information that we put out each day. A lot of people can't participate because they can't afford a bandwidth, but they can certainly afford to talk at their church and their school about kindness. And we've got all the information anyone could ever need to promote kindness. Many, many programs. And unfortunately, we don't ask for money, and we don't give out money. And sometimes of course, I've used my own money in the last 5 years, which isn't a lot, to promote kindness, and I still continue that. As I told you, I'd be happy to put a booth up if you could find someone that can at least print up a poster saying the pledge, print up a big poster with the pledge or some information about our kindness revolution.
Okay, thank you. That sounds great, Tim. I think that is doable, especially after this conversation. I mean, we will further discuss on this.
Wonderful. It's one step at a time. This is a grassroots effort. There's no commercialism in it, and that's probably why it's not huge, because everything's generated about money. It's a very greedy world, and all anyone cares about is money. And for the last 5 years, as I travel and teach this and give speeches, people always say, well, how are you going to make money? It's not designed to make money. It's designed to save the planet from the insanity of humanity by spreading kindness. I mean, Meck, 2 words save the planet. Be kind to yourself, to others, to the planet. We can't make it any simpler than that, but unfortunately, greed gets in the way, And it's a shame, but, we can only educate the children. Our main goal, as you know, is to educate the children on how and why they should love themselves, how and why they should love all others, and how and why they should love our environment. And that's what we do. We have lots of programs. We have the kindness class. We have the kindness club. We've got all kind of programs to help people make money if they need to make money and spread kindness. The art, we have a thing called the Face Group, fantastic art caravans everywhere, where artists get together and promote kindness and their art. And that's working wonderfully. All our programs are free. The hospital program to release stress, anxiety, and depression. The SAD program is fantastic. It's working. All our programs work, but we need volunteers. And I wish we could pay everyone and contribute to all the great programs that are out there that help promote us. But it has to come from the directors and the admin. That, we just don't have the funding. It's one day we might. But I believe that the more people that get on World Kindness List, just their first name, their city and country, if they're a student or profession, the more names that get on that list, the more the governments of the world and the corporations of the world will want to support us. Because then it goes down to greed. The governments are going to see exposure, and the corporations are going to see dollar bills. But it comes from the heart. So that's why it's our kindness revolution is resonating more with the clergy and the religious folk, because it's all about kindness when you believe in God and the higher sources.
Yeah, actually, on my part, I think I've given it all. I will try my best really to get on making a lot of awareness in whatever space I get access to. And actually, like I told you that I'm part of the secular Franciscan order. It is one of our strengths that we believe in poverty, and we are not into money. And this spirit, it has actually helped me to be part of a number of movements where I give myself time, and also I try my best to be a servant leader and show people what could be the best perhaps in their lives. So I'm really do my best, like I indicated earlier on, that of course I've been going under this formation journey, and in a month's time I think I'll put more effort to this. And I'm happy I've also tried to talk to a number of other volunteers, like there's a Catholic nun, Sister Lynn J. I think she contacted you. She's a headmistress in one of the primary schools. And also there is a youth called Surprise, the one that I have delegated to be the director who can try by all means to recruit more. And also on Saturday, she'll be very ready to help in terms of trying to market and also, educate people and invite people to be part of this movement.
Wonderful. What was the sister's name? Janetti, is that what you said?
She's called Jen Lee. I'll send the proper name.
Okay, thank you.
She's
Yeah, I mean,
one of
I know you don't have a
the
lot of time, but whenever you have a name like that and a number, I'll be more than happy to call them because, if they don't know that this exists. A lot of people don't know that the kindness revolution exists. So I'll call it the world's best kept secret, but it's time not to keep it a secret because I mean, we need all the children in the world to recite the pledge. By the way, have you recited the pledge or have you had any of your children recite it yet?
Actually, I tried to make our youth at church to recite it last week. I'm actually making a follow-up this Sunday. I'm meeting them all on Sunday, and I'll try by all means that they recite it, and I take a video to send to you.
Okay, if I can send you a few more dollars, can you make a bigger like a poster of the pledge so people can read it
Oh,
while
yes.
the event?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking if it's possible that we have, I can do that tomorrow. I can go to town and find out from these guys who do posters. And as well, I don't know if it allows so that we have a stall on Saturday, so that we have our bigger poster on the kindness pledge. And also, we have maybe few pamphlets that we can hand over. Then we also create a table where those who want to join the movement are going to register themselves. Then I can also have an opportunity of debriefing them on the movement and what we are expecting from whoever joins us. That I can do with
That would be wonderful. Like just a sign up sheet, where they put their email or their phone number and we can contact them. Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Yes.
Because this thing, it benefits everyone.
Oh yeah, it benefits everyone. And doctor, I must tell you that I don't know with where you are, but here in Africa, particularly in Zimbabwe, most people are affected by mental health. And I think this movement really can go a long way in trying to help, especially the youth or anyone in general, because we realize that people have got a lot of, we have got people who don't know or who haven't been having a smile on their face for a lot of, for quite a long time, and of different reasons. They cannot, vent out what is in their minds and in their souls. So this movement really can be a therapy to such people. So I take this on a serious note.
Well, if you can get me to the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education, and the Ministries of Environment, all three benefit from this because we are about mental health. Taking trash and making art out of it is mentally healthy. Thinking positive, how we teach people to think positive, to look at the bright side of things. So we are all about mental wellness because if you're not happy, you can't be of service to your God, your country, your family, or yourself. So we teach them, we give them the tools, and we have the classroom curriculum to teach the kids how to be kind to themselves, to think positively, to eat healthy, to exercise, and then to be kind to others is to help others, to volunteer, to say kind words. So there's lots and lots. It goes very deep. I've got 4 websites. I've got 2,300 videos on YouTube expressing how and why to be kind to yourself, others, and the planet. We've got this program here that introduces fantastic people like yourself who are ambassadors of kindness to the world. I think this is our 45th episode of people that think like you and I, that know that kindness is the cure to all mankind's problems.
Oh, yes. Actually, I think we are really on a good move. For example, here in Zimbabwe, we've got a lot of young people who are taking, drugs and substances. And these young people, we've got hospitals, they are flooded with these young people because of this mental health issue. It is one of the activity that I would like to reach out, especially to such hospitals where they are trying to help these young people who are drug addicts or substance addicts. If they get this message, I think it could also add value to them, and it can also be a therapy to them. So I'm
It's,
really hoping that something would
it's,
happen, really.
it certainly will, because you see, the reason people are depressed and they're taking drugs, in my opinion, is because they're thinking about all the bad things that happened in the past, and they're concentrating on that, and then they're thinking about all the bad things that might happen in the future instead of concentrating on what they can do today to be happy. To take a walk in nature, to plant a garden, to help others. There's so many things you can do today to make you happy, but people are so focused on the past and the future, they're disillusioned, they're confused. So we can alleviate a lot of that.
Welcome to the Be Fantastic channel, where you will find many fantastic interviews with amazing people.
Visit the top world museums,
Incredible zoos,
beautiful national parks.
special events, and much more.
These videos are designed to educate,
Inspire.
motivate, and entertain you.
We hope you will enjoy them.
Join the Be Fantastic philosophy.
Please subscribe.
Like and share.
So I'm inviting our right now. I've never done this before on this program, but I'm inviting Jude Thanks, who's our Director General in Africa, to join us. Hopefully, he'll join us in a second. But before that, I wanted to mention that you might be going to Rome if we can get the funding together and meeting Pope Leo, an American Pope, who I think
Yes.
would love to hear about what we're doing because it resonates obviously with the Catholic Church. It resonates with every religion, Judaism, Muslim, Buddhism, Islamic. It resonates with everyone, but people don't know about it. The only problem is if you told Pope Leo about it and he mentioned it, we have so many people joining that we'd probably crash and burn because
Oh, yes.
we don't have the infrastructure to receive millions and millions of inquiries or what have you. But people can join for free at worldkindnesslist.com. First name only. We'd like to know if you're a student or profession. We're trying to connect the world, the kind people of the world together in a community. And we only have 12,800 and some odd people. It's a small number, but it's a big number if you think about it. Because if I interview one person a week, one ambassador a week, it's about 400 years before I interview everyone.
Yeah.
But
So
to
for
have
me,
the Pope mention us would be pretty phenomenal.
actually, on that note, Doctor, I'm still trying to see because this is a Vatican trip and there's a protocol involved. I'm just thinking if by God's will I manage to get the funding. I am even asking if the organization can even make a package that will be specific to hand over in Rome. If there is a package that can be addressed direct to Pope, so that once I'm there, I can even find a way to hand it so that he knows that amongst the leaders who are coming to Rome, there is an ambassador of kindness. And once I have that package, and or it could be a letter or so that I can hand to the organizers and say, I'm also part of the kindness movement, and this is what we are also asking the Pope if he can look at this and perhaps advise. That's my thinking, actually.
Well, what I'm thinking is, I made a speech for the United Nations, and it was a very beautiful speech, and I would love to deliver it one day at the United Nations. But then I realized that even if I were to get that opportunity, it's going to fall on a lot of deaf ears because they're all thinking about different things. I don't think they even pay attention during these meetings. So I made it and I recorded it and I put it out on YouTube because it's more important that the people hear it than the leaders. But what I'm trying to say is there's a way to get to the Pope without visiting him in person. So if you have a connection right now through the SFO or what have you, to get to the Pope, we don't need to be there in person. We need to be there in digital form. And we have 4 websites. We have all the media he could ever ask for, all the testimonials. And it looks to me like Jude has joined us.
Okay.
Have you met Jude yet, Meck?
No, but we have been communicating through WhatsApp.
Great. Are you here, Jude?
I was mute for a while. I muted my speaker until I was invited in.
Okay, you're invited in. We've got Meck here, our director in Zimbabwe, and he is a wonderful. He's been around with us for quite a while, and he's doing some wonderful things.
All right. I really want to appreciate Mr. Meck. I have seen some of his messages, and I can see beyond the messages the spirit he has to, and the zeal he has, and I really commend him for doing that. Thank you very much for your time and then your sacrifice to kindness. Well, it's very good to have you here. I'm sure you've gone through the complete guide to kindness and happiness. It's nice having you on board, and I'm looking forward to working with you. I'm looking forward to working with you alongside other directors from Africa. Uh, you know, uh, I might be permitted to say, Africa needs more kindness. At the moment, we need kindness all over the world, but in Africa, we know due to some unique natures, some unique circumstances, we need more kindness in Africa. And it means it's a task on us and a big responsibility for each and every one of us. And we have answered the call, and I pray and I wish that we run with the vision, and little by little, as we always say, we will get there. So thank you for coming on board, Mr. Mack, and Doctor. Thank you for the opportunity for us to serve humanity, and it's an opportunity I believe that it's rare. A lot of people would love to have this, but they don't. And then we promise we will do our own part by sharing and making sure those who needs to not only hear and see kindness, but feel the impact of our actions as kind people, they will definitely get it in Africa. Thank you.
Let me ask you a question. This might be a silly question, but I don't think any questions are silly. How big is the Pope in Africa?
Well, just like Roman Catholic is one of the is the face of the Christian religion and has the highest congregation. So when you talk about the Pope in Africa, just like in any other part of the world, the Pope is also seen as the number one citizen as far as Christianity is concerned. Sorry. The office of the Pope is regarded as one of the most powerful offices in the world. And in Africa, particularly Nigeria, we have a very big ratio of Nigerians that are Catholics. So do other African countries. So when we talk about the Pope, we're talking about a big office, and it's highly recognized, I think, amongst all Christians and other sister religions in Africa.
Well, because Meck has an invitation to go to Rome if he can get the funding together. And I think someone from Kenya, I believe those are the only 2 Africans that are being invited to this meeting. So if we could do a fundraising for him somehow, and he can get an audience with the Pope, could you imagine if the Pope, who's an American, by the way, would hear about our kindness revolution? I mean, that might help us.
Yes, that's a good one for us. It's going to be a good one for us. Advocacy is always the most effective strategy. And whatever platform we would have, as long as it's going to reach multiple people at the same time, we will have to seize the opportunity. However, as it is a known fact, we are always challenged with fundings, but it is something we can put our heads together, put our resources together, look at how we can come up with. It's going to be a big opportunity, and then maybe if he can take his time to submit this in the African directors platform, we can think about strategies of how we can come up with something from our own end. While on your own side, if there's anything you can do, it will be really appreciated because above all we just need is the kindness message be heard all over the world.
Well, I guess one of the things I would suggest is reaching out to the congregations of the churches, and if everyone put in $1, let's say, I don't know how much that would be, but from Africa, imagine the Pope knowing that 10,000 Africans put in $1 to get him there. That might go a long way.
Definitely, definitely. So I think it's a good one. I would love to have a good time with him so that we can discuss on modalities and programs and maybe any other avenue we can deploy to make sure we come up with an initiative that would give us a reasonable contribution. Just like you said, it is important that the congregants also needs to see the importance of the three, to have them come along and support. We need to clearly give them the picture of how big it is for us, how big it is for them, and how big it will be as a step in making the world a kinder place. So we have to work on sensitization before the fundraising. But just like I said, it is not something we cannot do. But with proper strategic planning and good timing, we can achieve that.
Yeah, it's next month, September, I believe it is, or October. I'm not sure when he said it was, but obviously it would have been nice to have more time. But if there's a will, there's a way. I always say.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. So
So
it is good. It's a good one. I feel we should have it in a more strategic platform to discuss strategy and how we can proceed with so. So if there's any way we can reconvene on the matter specifically, it will be highly appreciated so that the earlier the better we can start deploying whatsoever strategies we might have concluded as a body, like just like you normally say, number is always good.
And I would tell anybody listening right now, if you love what you're hearing and you'd love to see Meck represent all of Africa and basically, and the person he's talking about in Kenya, please get a hold of us. Please share this video. Please reach out to corporations and churches and folks that might want to see the Pope get introduced to what I call the world's best kept secret. But anyway, I think we covered a lot today. Everyone was introduced to our new director. Let me see if I can get in real quick. Actually, Mick, at this point, why don't you give a little shout out to all our directors? Give them some inspiration.
To my fellow directors, I don't see myself in any way bigger or a senior to any other amongst us all. We are all equal in the war against the insanity of humanity. I believe collective effort will do us better. And well, I would like to tell you that I never at a time thought I would be not even a director, talk more of the director general. So I still want to state that the office is just temporarily for us to have a structure before we can have a collective agreement on whom is properly equipped to run the office. That's note number one. Note number two, as I said earlier, I am glad that I am part of this movement, and I'm very happy to meet each and every one of you. I have spoken to some, we've chatted with some, and I can see the zeal, I can see the passion, and I can see the commitment. It is not going to be easy, most especially for us in Africa, due to the dynamism of Africa, our unique nature as Africans. I foresee some impediments, I foresee some challenges, but I believe in the strength of number and in the power of genuinity, because this is genuine. We are not doing it for any cause, without any expectation from anybody, but we've picked this as a fulfillment to us as human beings and as our contribution to humanity. I really want to appreciate us for the efforts so far and the ones we're doing and the ones we put in. And I really want to tell us something, that little by little, we'll get there. It doesn't matter how it looks now. It doesn't matter how it sounds now. It doesn't matter how, discouraging the situation may be. But I am assuring you that if we can come together, we can achieve something bigger than any of us. Because kindness, as always said, is a fulfillment of humanity. It's part of us. All we are doing is reawakening people to the reality of kindness. So, on that note, I don't want to take much of our time. I really want to appreciate all the directors for what you've been doing. I really want to appreciate you for the efforts you've put in. And I'm calling on us to please work together and have a very good atmosphere with proper synergy to help us promote this work. I cannot do anything on my own. I might have the spirit, I might have a little funds, I might have the time, but I can assure you, I can only do what I can do. And I can only do it where I can do it. But with a wider coverage of the whole of Africa, I believe the impact will be faster, more reliable, and mostly sustained. So please, I'm calling on fellow directors, let's put our hands together. Let's put our heads together. Let's put our resources together, because it's a call that requires not only our timing, but our resources. The daily activities, the daily reminders, all these things requires our times, our data, our energy, and in most cases, a lot of us put in more than we can imagine. So please, let's keep it up. And I would really, really want to thank you, Dr. Fantastic, once more. I keep on telling people that it's a vision that came timely. It's something that needed the light to start. You've started it, and we on our own path will continue from where you've given us the mantle. We will definitely make sure that we have a very kind world, starting from our families to our communities, our localities, our states, our countries, our continents, and the world at large. I am asking that all of us should be kind to ourselves. We should be kind to others. We should be kind to Mother Earth. Let us practice it. Let's not just preach it. When you say kindness and you don't do kindness, it is not balanced. So let's also try as much as possible to practice kindness, not just in words, but in action. You all are fantastic. I am fantastic, and we are all fantastic. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you once again, Dr. Fantastic.
Yeah, you truly are fantastic, Jude, and so happy to have you on the team. And it is a team effort, and people think that they can't make a difference because they're only one person, but that's incorrect. Everyone can contribute. You don't need internet, you don't need email, you don't need anything but your words and your actions. And if we can get everyone to keep their word and keep a positive action, think positively, spread love and kindness and harmony and empathy, we have a chance.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. And little by
Well,
little, just like we always do, little by little, we shall get there.
little by little, exactly. One step. A journey of
Yeah,
1,000 miles begins with but a single step.
definitely.
Well, Jude, thanks a lot for logging in. It looks like we lost our guest, but he said what he had to say, I think, and it's been a good interview. It's 45 minutes into the interview. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk often as we do, and let's make the world a better place.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
my
you.
friend. Talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Greetings, boys and girls. My name is Isaiah Vargas. For over 3 decades, R.L. Stine's Goosebumps has reigned as one of the best-selling book series in history, spawning a monster franchise that's lasted since 1992 and spawning a massive fan base. Folks who love to talk about this influential series, and that's where we come in. Join the Goosebumps crew, Nick Shaw, Bjorn Panelik, and myself every week as we dive into the world of Goosebumps and talk about everything from the books, TV shows, movies, video games, merchandise, and so much more. Many like-minded Goosebumps fans and a growing list of special guests join us, so if you want Goosebumps, get with the program. Tune in to the Goosebumps crew every week on YouTube and audio platforms. Become a Goosebumps crew member today. Listen with the lights on.
It's time for Dr. Fantastic Cooks. I hope the producers pulled out of my bag of tricks, bag of recipes, a fun show. Typically, they're all fun because I always have a cocktail, and I encourage you to crack a beer, pour a glass of wine, or a cup of coffee, or a soda, and enjoy another episode of Dr. Fantastic Cooks. From all around the world, whether it be a hostel, a mansion, a home, a CBD farm, a campsite, so many places I've done cooking. Even I actually have a show called, what is it called? It's called Cooking Styles of the Rich and Famous. And the 3rd episode was on a mega yacht, and that was fun to do that. I think we hit 2.5 pounds of caviar during that episode. But at any rate, I love cooking. My last name's Cook. How about that? But get in the kitchen, get your family in the kitchen. It's a family affair, cooking, and eating is a family affair. The family that eats together and cooks together stays together. You know, get them off the devices and get them in the kitchen, get them at the dinner table, and enjoy family, because you don't know how long you're going to have your family together. You know, all good things come to an end. The kids grow up, they go off, and you kind of regret working so hard that you weren't there for the dinners or the kids' play or the softball game. You know, don't be so consumed with making money that you don't see your children grow up. That's just another little advice I always like to give out. At any rate, enjoy the cooking episode, and I will see you at the end of the show. I really got to get some glasses. I can't see anything anymore. Of course, when I look in the mirror, I look pretty good, so maybe I shouldn't get glasses. Who knows?
On today's episode of Dr. Fantastic Cooks, I'm going to show you how to make a very easy chili cheese omelet. It's fantastic. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Dr. Fantastic Cooks. This episode is brought to you by Codego. Codego is a financial services company. It specializes in cryptocurrency and financial. They have a bank, H-Bank, fantastic company. And you know, the most important meal of the day is the breakfast. So today, by the way, the site is called codegotech.com, CODEGOTECH.com. Check them out. They're fantastic. And so today's episode is going to be chili cheese omelet. Now, when you cook, I love leftovers. And yesterday I cooked chili. Now, there's no such thing as chili here in Egypt. But what I did was I sauteed some onions and some tomatoes. Then I added ground beef. About a half an onion. Let me see here. Well, I was going to show you the pot. I'll show it to you in a second. Good sized pot. Half an onion, a couple tomatoes, sauteed them, then put ground beef, about a pound of ground beef. Then I added all the beans I could find at the local market here. It was a fava bean, a red kidney bean, a white bean, and I think the other one was a chili bean or something maybe. Anyway, so 4 cans of beans, put them in the pot, and red chili, salt and pepper. And it came out very well, and I gave it to a neighbor, and he looked at it, he goes, "What is this?" I said, "It's chili." And, they call it four here, and everyone eats these sandwiches called four. But this was pretty tasty, and he liked it a lot, and so I made chili. So today I'm going to make a chili cheese omelet. So let me put it on pause, and I'll show you the setup here. So there's my trusty stove. One fantastic burner, a couple, and the other ones are average. So what I did here to set up my cooking show is I found a board, and with 2 nails, you see one on the left, I nailed it to the sill, and the other nail, I nailed it to the shutter. So now I have a platform to shoot, and that's my view outside my kitchen window. And so this is how I set up for my cooking shows here on El Bar Street in Hadaba. In these episodes, I like to do very easy recipes. This is egg, and that didn't go out so well. Typically, I just hit it against something and throw it in there. So I'm going to put 2 eggs in a bowl and whip it up. Just like that. Then turn on the stove. Nice to have a stove that works. Put the pan on the heat. Butter. Put a little butter in there. Oh, it's a chili cheese omelet. Now I bought some mozzarella, but I bought this feta cheese. And I tell you, I've never used to like feta so much, but this feta cheese, as you see there, feta cheese is creamy and delicious. So I thought I'd use feta. See how it goes. So heat the pan up. Nice, easy recipes. So this episode is 2. I gave you the chili cheese, the chili recipe. Came out very well, by the way. And the more beans you put in, the better. I like 6 different beans if you could find them. And use the sauce in the can with the beans. Just pour the whole thing in there. So you heat the pan up. Pour the eggs into the pan. Let it cook a little bit. Then you're going to add the chili to half of the cheese. Let me turn it around and show it there. Let's see there. Can you see it okay? This is fancy camera work here. So I got the beans here. Put them in one half the side. Just like that. Quite good. And feta. This is a new experiment for me. Okay. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay. Let it cook up. Fold the egg over. And then with the butter, it's going to give it a nice color to it. You could actually, let me see here. You could actually, when you get good, you can flip the egg over, but I'm going to use a spatula. And you want the egg almost to be cooked. Almost cooked. And again, these recipes only take a couple minutes. They're delicious, healthy. Remember, breakfast is a very healthy meal to start your day off. It's June 25th here in Charm, and the 4th longest day of the year. I get up at the crack of dawn for some reason. Get a lot out of my day. And today is a very special day. Got some really exciting deals cooking. And here we go. There goes the fold. Oh, not bad. Not bad, not bad. There we go. Let me show you how that looks. See that okay? The fold. Now I've got it on high. Should turn the heat down a little bit. Medium. very old stove, so. And then you could turn it once again, if you like, or not, but I did the turns. You can see I was on a little bit too high, so I got a little bit more brown than I wanted. But I didn't burn it. So then I turn it off. Conserving energy is very important, so I always can cook with a hot pan at the end of a dish. Sometimes when I'll do like scrambled eggs, turn the heat off towards the end and then use a hot pan, saving energy. It's very important to save energy. The third commitment in the Be Fantastic philosophy: be kind. Be kind to our environment. That's saving energy. That's not littering. That's not polluting. Very important. Now, you could even put mozzarella on top if you wanted. 2-cheese chili omelet. Again, salt and pepper, which I didn't do. So I'll do a little salt. A little pepper. And a little orange juice. A little coffee. And breakfast is served. Hope you enjoyed another episode of Dr. Fantastic Cooks. Got lots of recipes on Befantastic.Today.com. And make sure you check out CodagoTech.com. Fantastic company. Cryptocurrency is the future of humanity, because we're all going to be using digital currency in the future. We're doing it now. You can buy a Tesla with a Bitcoin. So anyway, be fantastic, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed meeting Meck. It was really kind of Jude to call in and give us a little support. We got a great team of directors. We've got a great amount of admin that are helping spread the word. And of course, 12,800 plus ambassadors of kindness. And, kindness does lead to happiness. And this show is one step towards a happier world. Hearing what people think of happiness, hearing what makes them happy, hopefully it rubs off on you. Hopefully you're doing what makes you happy. And if you are, keep doing it. That's what I always say. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for taking the time. It's very appreciative. This isn't for money. This is just for sharing knowledge of how to be kind, how you can be happy. And it's my gift to the world. I hope, and I know it's helping a lot of people, and that's what makes me happy. It's helping a lot of people. And so if you're not an ambassador of kindness, it's 10 seconds to join. It's free. I apologize that it's free, but it is what it is. It's my gift to the world. Join at worldkindnesslist.com. And you can also join one of our 800 plus WhatsApp groups. You can get involved as little or as lot as you like, or not at all, but just please be kind to yourself, be kind to all others, and be kind to Mother Earth. The 3 commitments to kindness solve all mankind's problems. Please like, subscribe, and share. We need more people hearing about the world's best kept secret, which is the kindness revolution. See you next week, and whatever you're doing that's making you happy, keep doing it. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for being part of this revolution. The kindest revolution on the planet.
I met Dr. Fantastic along life's way, and I heard him say, you gotta say, I am fantastic, la la la, I am fantastic. You can feel it if you say it. It ain't a game, you gotta learn how to play it. Fantastic, just listen to the doctor. He's a rocker, he walks around all day. He ain't plastic, he's not sarcastic. He says, I am fantastic.